Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Ask Rebecca radio show. Thanks for joining me. I hope everyone is doing well with all these intense eclipse energies and planetary alignments at play. It's been a crazy, crazy time for sure. This cycle is ending, and you have an opportunity to bring closure around things that you started going through about 2 years ago. And the way that I'm kind of intuiting this and interpreting what's going on right now with the energies is that there's a revolution of love and light upon us. And it's time where everyone is being forced to grow, evolve, and change for the better. Your perception, beliefs, and feelings dictate what you experience. So if you don't like what you're experiencing, change your perception, change your beliefs, and change your feelings around it. And, just remember that you are in charge of how hard or how easy this time period is for you and your life in general, everything that happens in your life. And, besides maybe having to face some issues, or on some uncomfortable truths within yourself, others in your life, and humanity as a whole over this past week, which more than likely probably triggered massive emotional releases, uncomfortable situations and feelings within yourself and maybe the people around you. I feel many may have also been dealing with physical body symptoms as well, like not being able to sleep, feeling fatigued, maybe going between the two, right? Being like anxious and restless and not able to sleep, to then being completely fatigued and zonked out. And it could have flipped. So maybe at night you weren't able to sleep, but then during the day you're able to sleep. Or say if you typically don't sleep at night or do sleep at night, it would be the opposite of what you typically experience. I also feel maybe some dizziness, maybe some aches and pains throughout the body, maybe some ear issues, head issues, and stomach issues, just to name a few that I feel like may have been affected during the last week or so. And before I go on, I'd like to go ahead and do a quick moment of Zen to help integrate some of these eclipse energies. You close your eyes, open your palms, and allow yourself to be open to receive. I'm going to be connecting with your higher self and calling on your team of guides to help energetically clear any blocks, emotional residue, and or negative attachments in your physical body and light bodies. This is going to help raise your vibration, expand your consciousness, and increase your awareness in order to help prepare your soul for all of these energies that are coming in and your physical vessel. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth normally, and relax as much as possible with each exhalation. And then I'll let you know when to open your eyes. Okay, deep breath in. And exhale. All right. I don't know what you guys were experiencing, but I felt like my lips were vibrating. Okay. Let's get into what you can expect from today, June 9th through to June 16th as an overall theme, and then areas of love, work, finances, health, and spirituality. General themes. We have another intense week ahead of us where we could see more conflicts between thoughts and emotions being triggered by our everyday normal routines feeling more stressful than usual. So something as simple as getting up on time for work or setting your alarm clock could have you feeling stressed out and bummed, like it's just going to bum you out. And it's probably something a lot of us deal with, so it's maybe a bad example, but really anything that you need to accomplish from your day-to-day normal routines will just feel more stressed and just feel maybe more depressed around having to do that. The added uncomfortable bonus is that these conflicts between thoughts and emotions, on top of the normal stressors of life, could cause you to feel insecure and unmotivated. So then you might just start feeling lazy, and then you start feeling insecure about being lazy, and you start beating yourself up, and it's just a vicious cycle that you could get stuck in. You'll get through this time period if you're proactively doing self-reflection work and really digging deeply into your own mind for self-imposed limitations and motivations to better understand why you do the things you do, why you make the choices you make, why you choose to use the words that you do, everything, like everything tied to you. The more that you can go there, the easier this time period will be for you. There's also lots of energy around romantic relationships and discernment. They'll be running hot one minute, cold the next. So try not to take things personally. The biggest obstacle everyone will have to face is differing viewpoints and their own delusions of being right. My advice, again, is to direct your energy and focus on interpersonal work versus emotionally reacting to a trigger that actually may be your insecurities and baggage flaring up. So basically, basically your first instinct shouldn't be to get on the defensive, lash out, blame, attack, and then cut and run. Check yourself, because that's a clear sign of self-sabotaging behavior, victim consciousness, and truthfully, it's just not attractive to the people that are witnessing your behavior. It's just a turnoff. So it's going to have the opposite effect of what you actually want to invite into your life. So instead, catch yourself before reacting, contemplate, evaluate, discern, then communicate from a place of neutrality, not emotional intensity brought on by fear and insecurity. You'll be so much happier in your relationships if you do this work, and if you always just look at you as the problem and seek to understand first before going on the defensive. Another theme this week will revolve around superficiality. And every time I say that word, I just want to talk about Mary Poppins and supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. I just love that. Anyway, okay, so another theme will revolve around superficiality. And are you superficial? Do you hang out with other people you would consider to be superficial? Well, if the answer is yes, then maybe what's being mirrored back to you is you and a lack of your own depth. And it could be in varying degrees of what you're witnessing around you. And so that you can better decide, here's the definition of the word superficial. It's an adjective. It can mean of, affecting, or being on or near the surface. It also means concerned with or comprehending only what is apparent or obvious, shallow. And lastly, it means apparent rather than actual or substantial. So it's kind of basically just pointing out like, oh, there's this dog over there that's, white and tan and black in color, but it doesn't go into a deeper description of the dog and maybe the dog's personality and the depth of the breed of the dog, right? So that's the kind of depth that we're talking about, not just superficial on the surface of things. So if you're not doing the inner work and digging deep into your relationships and discussing what you're feeling, what you're being triggered by, what your perspective is, and then getting feedback from those people in your life to see what their perspective is, and really digging deep and working through any perceived differences, then nothing's ever going to change or happen. And, if you don't like what you see, choose to not only get deeper with yourself, but with others in your life too. Another revelation for this week is light being shown on ideas that are not well thought out, or they lack depth, right? They're superficial in nature. So if your ideas or goals start falling apart this week, and maybe some of you have actually been already experiencing things falling apart over the last several weeks, that doesn't necessarily mean give up, quit, or run away. especially if that's your usual MO. Like if that's your go-to behavior of when shit hits the fan or things get tough or things aren't going the way that you think they should, and you just automatically get on the defense, attack, and cut and run and give up and quit, then you definitely need to do this work, and you definitely need to take a look at yourself and evaluate this. It means you need to shift your perspective to a more expanded view and long-term thinking instead of a limited view, right? So many lack patience and give up before anything truly miraculous can happen because they just can't see the bigger picture. Instead, they miss the whole point of the journey and the growth that opens them up to be able to receive that which they desire most. So look, if you're not a vibrational match for what you want to receive out of life because you haven't learned the lessons that you needed, it won't manifest in your life no matter what you try, because it's not about the end result. It's about every single moment and choice in between that gets you to the desired outcome. You have to do the internal and external work no matter what it is you want in your life. There are no shortcuts to achieving true happiness and success. Sure, from the outside looking in, I'm sure that you've witnessed it. It may look that way sometimes, but trust me when I tell you, I see plenty of people fooling themselves into pretending to be happy and successful while steadily pushing people away and secretly wallowing in their own misery, harboring ill will against others. For what? To continue a cycle of hurting themselves over and over again? It seems to me it would be much easier to do the inner work, leaving behind a continuous cycle of self-suffering and sabotage. I'm living proof of that it's possible and that it works, because I've been there. I've done that. I've been the self-sabotaging fool that has literally pushed people away from me because I was too afraid to allow myself to feel and open up and express myself and communicate. You don't need to live that way. Open yourself up. Do the work. Take a look at yourself, because everything is a projection of your inner reality into your external one. Okay, now that I have lectured and bummed everyone out, let's talk about the positive aspects to counterbalance the intensity of self-realization work this week. Lots of high vibes around community and belonging. It feels like there's going to be lots of happy reunions with friends, family, and something that you've been apart from for some time, maybe work, right? Thanks to this forced downtime that we've all been in. You're not going to feel like being alone. You're going to want to surround yourself with the energy, the feeling, and the touch of others. And we're just beings that are meant to be with each other, share space. We're meant to touch and feel. So this distancing stuff is having a really negative impact on the greater whole. Obviously, practice safety for those that are concerned or in fragile states. I also feel plenty of travel and forward movement tied to positive change. There's also a slight reduction in stress for those of you who have been high stress over the last several weeks. It's a welcome change for your body, mind, and spirit. And lastly, before I get into work and everything else, I did feel guided to pull an Angels and Ancestors card for everyone this week. And that card is, let me make sure I've got this in frame here, up, down, left, right. That card is called Spring. And it says, see your seeds grow. Embrace the change that is on the horizon. Allow your dreams to become reality. Spring is an exciting time because it has so much potential. Animals are coming out of hibernation, flowers are pushing up through the soil, and the days are getting lighter and brighter. The spring card features a wild hare because in Celtic animal medicine, the hare brings intuition and rebirth. Hares are highly fertile beings, and so their medicine can bring dreams to life. You are ready to bring to life all of your ideas, inspirations, and projects. When this card appears, you are moving into a space that allows you to really grow, expand, and create in a way you've never done before. There are opportunities for abundance, including financial growth. And if you're starting something new, prepare for a major expansion in your life and soul. When the spring card arrives in the future position of a spread, which I didn't do a spread, or as the last card in a reading, it can also indicate that coming spring will usher in important energies with regards to your question or intentions. I do feel like that still applies to many of you, and this card just applies to everyone, period, with the energies that are around this week. So I thought that card was really, really fitting. Okay, work. For those of you looking for excuse oh no, I'm choking on my own spit. Hold on. All right, sorry about that, guys. Okay, work. For those of you employed, I'm still feeling energies around people making decisions on or in the process of leaving a job. I also feel several people changing where they choose to do their business. I feel many of you more in a state of trust that the universe is guiding you to where you want to be and that everything is happening for a reason. And this goes for both employed and unemployed. And I'm also feeling some evaluation around personal relationships at work. So lots of positive energy in the work area of your life. Those of you that are looking for a job, I'm feeling lots of success with finding new jobs, so don't give up. In the area of love, those of you in committed relationships and dating someone seriously, I'm feeling stress around finances and money, which could lead to heated debates this week for some couples. Some other couples will be stressed just because they need a change of scenery, and I feel like taking a day trip somewhere or having a picnic at the park or just getting out of your usual boring routine will help you reconnect and strengthen the relationship. Those of you looking for love, I'm feeling some love connections through friends, so make sure you're getting out and about, socializing with your friends. You never know how a chance encounter can happen with your friends as your wingman or wingwoman. I'm also getting that some of you singles need to change up your routines and your usual hangout spots, so try new places. Finances, money is doing a weird balancing act this week again. So if you've been struggling financially, you could see an increase and signs of improvement. And if you've been riding high on the hog with money, then unfortunately you could see a turn for the worse or a bigger unexpected expense that sets you back a little bit financially. The bigger picture at play here is attachment, identity, and feelings surrounding money and to money. Health, I feel some of you may have some improvements to your overall health by looking to friends and family to see what's working for them. And I also feel there may be changes in healthcare practitioners and looking to clinics outside of the local area. Spirituality, it's a time of learning from the experiences and attitudes of others in order to deepen your spirituality. And spiritual insights and answers you've been seeking may suddenly come to you into your awareness, but I feel like it's tied to a change in your routine, travel, experimenting, and paying attention to your dreams. So that wraps up the intuitive messages. Let me get to my caller. I have Christine in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Hi, Christine. How are you? Sorry, I took a little bit longer to get to you here. How can I help you today?
Yes, I don't know if it's possible, but I recently had a death with a boyfriend. He died from cancer. And
okay. You want to try to connect with him?
Yeah.
What's his first name?
Deshaun.
Okay. His passing was fairly recently, like within the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he's sorry, I'm just trying to figure out what, having a little bit of a challenging time connecting with him, but I think I can make it happen. So let me ask you, because I have this feeling in my throat. Did they have him at any point? Did they have like tubes going down his throat?
Um, yes, because he wasn't able to talk.
He wasn't able to speak, right? Like I feel like
No, yeah,
some of the
right.
cancer, I don't know if it was directly tied to the cancer or side effects of chemo or other things, or maybe heartburn. Like I just feel like from the stomach up to his throat was just really, I don't know, I just feel a lot of damage, and I just feel like he wasn't able to speak, he wasn't able to
Right.
breathe properly.
Yeah.
But what he's saying is that he really, because he passed in the hospital.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So he's saying like well, I feel like he's saying he was trying to communicate with his eyes. Did you guys, like, when he was still like aware and conscious? Did you guys like do like a blinking game, like, all right, blink twice for yes, do once for no, or something like that?
I wasn't able to physically be there because I didn't know about it until the last minute. But from what his family said, yes, he was communicating with his eyes and through text.
Okay, yeah, because he's laughing about the eye thing, because he's saying, even during the moment of things being so tragic and just so sad about his situation, he just found the humor in that. And so he was very happy that he was surrounded by his family. I feel like he's saying that maybe, um, I don't know if it was people like were having a hard time getting a hold of you. Like there was something with there was a reason why you found out last minute. Um, and it was kind of an accident of people not getting to you sooner or you not being able to be there. But he wants you to know that, he's with you now. And he's actually, I feel like are you in your home?
Yeah.
Do you have, okay, are you near your bed or near your bedroom? Because I feel like he's saying like he's sitting on the bed and he's looking towards you.
I'm not my mother, but I am near my
Your
bedroom.
bedroom? Or, okay. If he were sitting in the bedroom, or if you're sitting in the bedroom, well, I feel like he's saying he can see you from the bedroom. He's in the bedroom. There's something in the bedroom that he's attracted to. I don't know if it's, something of his is in the room that belongs to him that he's tied to, but he's trying very hard to maintain his balance and he's a little bit disoriented. But he's saying that a lot of his, I want to say he's communicating his grandparents on maybe his mom's side. Do you know if the grandparents on his mom's side
I do know a
both have?
grandmother on his mom's side.
Okay, she's passed.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So he's basically saying she was there to greet him. There's a grandfather that was there to greet him as well. I feel like he's tied to the mom's side. He's saying he didn't know him very well, but he knew of him, and that he was showing up for being a male role model. Like I feel like he's saying that this grandfather or father figure wasn't actively in his life and was trying
That's
to be
correct.
there
Yeah.
in his afterlife. So he was very pleasantly surprised. He's happy he's no longer suffering. He's apologizing to you. And I'm sorry I'm rushing this along, but I only have 2 minutes and I want to try to give you as much information as possible. I feel like he's giving you an apology. Did you guys break up a few times?
Yeah, we got mad at each other a few times, but we always
Made
made up
right?
after. Yeah.
Okay, so he's kind of again, he's got a really good sense of humor. He's laughing and he's saying, "Look, he's gonna take all the blame for all the fights. It was all him. He should have known better, and he does now." And he's saying you were an awesome girlfriend, although there were times you kept a short leash on him, is what he's saying. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, it does.
So look, he's around. Have you guys, I've only got 60 seconds, but are you guys planning on doing a memorial service or life service? Like, I feel like you've already did something, but I feel like there's something bigger planned.
His family is, yeah.
Okay, he says he's going to be there. He's going to be there, and he's going to be working on giving you guys signs. And Christine, thank you so much for calling in. I've got to roll. Thanks, everybody. I will see you next Tuesday. Bye.